Welcome back. This is part 3. On the part 2, we started discussing about the key verification and safety parameters that you need to know before you contact a supplier. And then how we normally do it, the procedure. Our procedure is, first of all, we randomly, after looking at these parameters, I told you it's best to, if you want to meet a manufacturer like you look at the number of staffs, look at the age they have spent on the platform, then you come to rating and reviews. So when you come to rating and reviews, you see product quality, right? You see, when you come to rating and review, you see product quality, supplier service, right? You see supplier service, online time shipment, and product quality. These are the filters that you can use to narrow down the kind of supplier you need. So if you look at, you see this guy have exceptional quality. His quality is almost 98%, close to 100. So this guy is one of the person that if you're into jewelry, I need you to contact this guy because he's have a top-notch quality. On-time shipment. Another thing is shipment. You need to look at the on-time shipment. Like there are some items that need to be shipped, and this guy told us the timeline to produce this item and ship it is a half container load. So it's around 15 days, but it is almost 30 days that we make that request. And this lady have been giving me excuse, and this is a customer product, right? So that kind of a thing. So you need to look at the on-time shipment, right? That's what we look at. We look at on-time shipment because we know one story. For instance, the customer that need that, and she need it before December runs out, but we cannot deliver again. We are waiting for delivery towards the first week of February because that cargo is coming through sea, right? So that matters. Another supply service. How do they respond to your question? Are they there for you, right? So that's another thing. Then after you sit down, you take time, go through what people comment about them, right? You see different people, what are the kind of countries that patronize them, Europe, America. So these are the parameters available on Alibaba. These are the things that you look. So the moment you shake this thing, make a list like 100. When you make a list like 100 of people, of course, then you start chatting them. You design your order sourcing letter, or you discuss that later. I will do a video on how to craft your order sourcing letter so that whenever you send out letters to suppliers, they will reply immediately, right? So these are the things you can look at their transaction history. So keep aside, look at the age, look at whether they have verification tick, right? See it, verification tick, they are verified. Look at the age they have. The age. Then do they offer or do they sign up for trade assurance? The brief thing about trade assurance is like eCro service. So Alibaba when you make payment through this platform, Alibaba will protect you from being scammed. So it's better whenever you want to do deal, use trade assurance. I will make a detailed video on trade assurance. That trade assurance is part of the safety. You look, do they offer trade assurance? How many years they have been on that platform? Then are they verified supplier? So when you look at these are data, these are Nigerians that have done business with these people, right? Transaction, if I change it, they have done business with 76 Nigerians. They have done business with 76 Nigerians. So they understand Nigerian customers. So that means there's people in trade fair, in jail, doing business with this guy. They might not tell you that people in Lagos Island doing business. There's possibility of that. So this is one thing we are bringing to our community. So we don't want to be giving you fish. We want you to know how to do the fishing, right? So these are how far we get to that. How we do proper Alibaba walk through. So you get acquainted with the platform. So now let's move to trade assurance or global, no, not trade assurance, pardon me. Let's move to global source. So in global source, there also exists these. Also, there are these parameters that I mentioned. And how do we check it out? Like I did in Alibaba, type jewelry. I'm using jewelry because a lot of people have asked us they want jewelry suppliers. So when you type jewelry, I told you on each of these platforms there are what we call manufacturers. These are factory. Then we have trading company. I will do a video on that. Remind me if I forgot on that group. So it might be that I said I will do a video on that if I didn't do it in the next 4 days. Remind me to do that video. And I want to know how many people that watched it. If you have any question, feel free to ask. That community is a community that is established to help you grow your business and be a smart and knowledgeable business, knowledgeable vendor, right? So if you look at this, I told you global source before they start, like Hong Kong trade is also owned by Hong Kong. They are majorly into exhibition. So that's why you see from exhibitors, right? People who are currently doing exhibition, we will do a walkthrough of global source. So now let's look at the supplier list. So when you come to supplier list, you will see verified supplier, verified manufacturer, and ready to order. So what are the two different things between these? These ready to order are mainly offered by trading company. But they are also verified. These people, they are also verified. So here now, you see, I told you it's better to move. We can see the same parameters that we mentioned still exist. So most of B2B platform do have these parameters, right? These parameters for security, parameters for safety. And as a vendor or as a buyer, you have to, it's these parameters that you need to filter the suppliers, and then you create a list. After you have checked and you find that these are the parameters, whenever you see that, you send them message. Then at the end of the day, when they start replying you, then you create your own list based on their pricing. You see that there are some factories that offer high price. There's some factory that offer some incentives to buyers. So these are the things we will do. That I will take you through that process. And once before 2 6 months of being in this community, you will be an expert, product sourcing expert. You can even start product sourcing, right? So, but as a vendor, so you see our production. These guys have produced for Zero HR. These are top brand, big brand in American they produce for. And they have been in business for 15 years. These are the certification they have. This is the company. So, the interface will differ, but the parameters still there. So let's look at the parameters. The first one, these are verified. So we say they have to be verified and they have to at least stay on the platform for 2 years. So when you look at that, you see they are ranking. These people add extra security by what they call ranking. So ranking refers the supplier's financial commitment to promotion of export business. So so you look at the type of business: agent, buying, consultant, distributors, wholesalers. Look at the region where they are in China. Then years they have been in operation. So these are the company products we are talking about. Okay, they're into jewelry, and I think they're into, this is a trading company. When you see a company offering a lot of things at a time, it is a trading company. So this is not a manufacturer. It's a trading company. They say the trading company is a kind of wholesaler. They deal with all different things, but they're okay to do business with them. I will tell you the difference why you need a trading company over a manufacturer. It depends on the type of products you are sourcing. For instance, if you are sourcing for jewelry, I think it's better to approach a trading. It's better to approach a trading company than a manufacturer. I will explain that more. So, look at the company profile. Look at this platform. Why Alibaba is a little bit better is that it have more of that. Alibaba focus more on those parameters. You see how they structure their parameters, that it will be very easy for you to navigate and get the information that you need, unlike this. So I use more of Alibaba, right? I'm just bringing this if you want to expand your scope. If you don't want, you can stick to Alibaba. That's what I stick to. I don't have account on this platform. I stick to Alibaba because of the key parameters that I showed you. So the next one is Hong Kong. They also have their own parameters they use. So they have their own parameters they use those parameters and the safety the verification parameters and the safety parameters that you look onto. But you can only create accounts. You can just create account on Alibaba, and you're okay with that. You're okay with that. In fact, Alibaba have more suppliers than all those other platforms, and they are in mainland China. So the other ones, there's possibility that you will be meeting more, because most of the trading companies are in Hong Kong. So what they do is that it's like, okay, let me use Nigeria for instance. Lagos is Hong Kong, Aba is the production hub. So the factories that make those goods are in Aba, but the people that market or sell or reach out to the international world are in Hong Kong because of trade. It's like Dubai, they have free trade zone, right? So I won't go into details on that. So next thing that we discuss is the difference. Okay, I think we are doing that Alibaba is much better than global source, especially if you want to deal direct with the manufacturers. So the next thing, we've come back. I thought that this video will stop at part 3, but we are going to have part 2, part 4, and part 5 in order to cover other topic. Pardon me. Just go through that video, each of them. You will learn a lot. When we come back, I will then retouch on the other platform because I didn't do it.